Hey everyone, it's August 3rd, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with serial killer Dellmus Colvin, known as the Interstate Strangler, who's believed to have murdered more than 50 women beginning in the late 1980s. And that is him right over there. Born in 1959, Colvin grew up in Akron, Ohio, and had a seemingly normal childhood, playing sports at school and avoiding any trouble. His parents were divorced and he hated his stepmother, but that seems to be typical for an American teenager. After graduation, he moved to the coast and became a taxi driver in Atlantic City, but didn't make friends in the area and spent most of his free time with prostitutes. He moved back to Ohio in the late 80s, where he first found legal trouble in 1989, being convicted of assault and having illegal weapons. Colvin served time until 1992 when he was released on parole, which he violated the next year, ending up back behind bars until 1996. He eventually settled in Toledo and found work as a long-haul truck driver, being sent with loads across the country. Colvin was arrested for assaulting a woman in the cab of his truck in 2004, which is when the full extent of his crimes were discovered. A DNA sample was taken to see if it matched any in a cold case database, and in 2005 he was charged with the murders of 2 prostitutes in Toledo who'd been killed 2 years prior. In exchange for having the death penalty taken off the table, he began to talk and revealed that he'd been murdering women while traveling. Colvin used his truck routes as both a means of finding prostitutes to kill and evading capture, since he would be long gone before his victims were discovered. Because society at large doesn't seem to care when they go missing, prostitutes were easy prey for him. Sex workers, who are known to serve as truckers, so-called lot lizards, are often transient, making it even easier to do them harm without attracting attention. Colvin initially admitted to killing 5 prostitutes, but is now suspected of killing dozens more. All 5 women had been found strangled or smothered, with their bodies wrapped in sheets and blankets. As he spent time in prison, he was tied to more and more murders, the first occurring in Atlantic City in 1987, leaving authorities to believe that his murder spree had lasted decades and not just the few years they knew about when he was captured. When asked, "Why did you kill?" he replied, "Because I can. The real reason is because they piss me off, especially if she gives me attitude." In 2020, he finally came clean when speaking with a criminal profiler for a podcast, admitting to 52 murders between 1983 and 2005. He would strangle his victims, drive for hours with their naked bodies in the cab of his truck, and then dump them in the wilderness along his route, often leaving their bodies and clothes spread across multiple states. Colvin said that dead women made great passengers. You ain't gotta share your goodies with them. You want some Wendy's, baby? Hell no, she don't need nothing. When discussing why being a trucker made it easier, he said, "Anybody that drives the interstate at night, what do you see? Trucks. And if you actually think I was the only one doing this, you are sadly mistaken." He admitted finishing off murdering one victim while he was on the phone with his mother, who was chastising for being late to a family function. Investigation into these additional murders is ongoing, so they are as yet unconfirmed, but it seems likely that he killed dozens of women over the span of 3 decades. Colvin sits behind bars in Ohio, where he will remain for the rest of his life. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so I can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Dellmus Colvin, I say, happy birthday, you bad.